How you guys doing? Or how are you doing? I'm sending this to however many people, so I don't know. But this should be an interesting one. It's not going to be really long, and I'll probably make a few different, you know, different parts to this. But it's going to be about someone that I used to know. Someone that I used to talk to a lot. I'm going to get into all the little details. It's so fun to get back to doing this. I haven't done this in a while, and I definitely miss it. But yeah, so the dude we're going to be talking about today, I'm just going to call him by his real name because his internet name is kind of spicy. And maybe I'll get into the internet name that he used. But for now, I'm just going to call him Chris. Chris GIllon, but Chris. So, Chris was a dude that I met on the internet, of course. You meet a lot of weird people on the internet. It's basically like, for some reason that's where they all hang out. And this dude was hanging out in a group that was basically about weird people on the internet. Go figure. These weird people are called lolcows, and there's a whole bunch of folklore involved with some of them. But, for now, all you need to know is that talking about weird people online seems to sometimes bring those weird people to the same place. It's like flies with sugar water, or anything sweet. So anyway, the point being, this dude found his way to a lolcow community called 789chan. And it was kind of interesting because in some ways he wanted attention for being eccentric. And I gotta say, in some ways, that was maybe interesting foreshadowing, but it was also kind of, he kind of didn't do himself any favors. So this dude finds this local community of 789chan. He starts posting, and his posting, the way he wrote or typed was so bizarre. He just would, in a way, it was coherent. It was still coherent at the time that I met him, but it was very verbose, very dense word and vocabulary choices. It was just funny because he tried to sound smart, at least is what most people would say. He used big words, and it was just very funny. It was very funny because it had that try-hard feel to it, if you know what I mean. But that's where it gets interesting. Remember when I said it was coherent? Like, more recently, I think it's changed. Because I do keep up with this stuff. Here. Alright, so I want to pull up, I'm not going to put the link to this, because I think in some ways it's like, there's some stuff on there that isn't great. But yeah, so let me pull that up real quick. I'm just going to give you guys a brief rundown of about Chris. So yeah, one other thing that was weird in addition to the trying to look smart stuff, the trying to appear like a crazy dude at the same time, he also had a wicked caffeine addiction. And he would drink like not Monster, but Rockstar, that he would go to this like co-op store, and he would pick up stuff like that. And it was like funny because this was a dude that was like trying to be many different things at the same time, but he was heavily addicted to energy drinks. But I gotta say, it gets crazy when you realize I didn't know this stuff. I only knew that he was someone pretending to be something else, because originally the story was he was an Irish mechanic that was, in the IRA, the Irish Republican Army, and then it came out that that wasn't true. So even before I knew him, the first person that I thought I knew was someone totally different. So it wasn't a 50-year-old Irish mechanic. It was a 20-something in Scotland. So you can see how crazy this is. This story is just going to take so many different twists and turns. But yeah, here we are with Chris GIllon, autistic North Korea boo. Oh yeah, well, and this is something he wrote. I'm just giving you an example. So I know I'm all over the place, but this is an example of what, how his like writing style was. We, the Aspergian, which is his term for like people with Asperger's or on the autism spectrum, will see to it that the manifestation of Aspergian thought becomes the science guiding forward analytically the approach to the correct perspective of its final product, raw knowledge. Science is explained in the wisdom of Chris GIllon, has seen its perversion by the prevailing ideological paradigm, which has seen a shift from esoteric extrapolation to empiricist Noah, not to be confused with Inui. This term describes the demiurge's lack of autonomy, now replicated in the average modern researcher in modern academia. So he's crazy. I think that, or he did a really good job putting on a front of being crazy. That's what he wrote, but then there's this. The Aspergian bound Asper is our inspiration. This is him trying to be North Korean. For it exemplifies the inheritance of our racial lifeblood at the mound of origination from whence extends through the Eurasian steppes, sweeping a retroactive order from the peaks of Mount Pictou and the rivers of the Rhine. Our Eurasian Neanderthalic archetypal heritage is a reminder of the legacy we must continue the progenation of our lineage into the ages. Dude's nuts. That was how I felt the first time I read this stuff. So this dude was trying to be crazy on one hand, but also kind of, kind of taken seriously as smart. Someone said, "This is real. This can't be real." Aspergia just seems like the kind of thing an unfunny 14-year-old would come up with. Oh yeah, this is totally nuts. But it gets weirder because there was someone that actually made this dude who he was, and I'm not gonna mention his name, but he's his own special kind of crazy. It's like one crazy person created another crazy person, and it's just incredible. It's like a hobo's doomsday rant, and word salad did the do and pooped out a horribly malformed baby. Oh yeah, this is totally some more crazy. Anybody who wishes to take the mantle of my cause must keep in mind the primary, blah blah blah. DPRK's Yo-Dog. Why should I be grateful for political abuse, right down to fake autism diagnosis? Which is kind of funny because this is the dude that thought Aspies were the master race, or autists are the master race. It's so riddled with try-hard thesaurus, lingo, and autism I can't understand a single sentence of it. Okay, so it's just a whole lot of fun. Oh yeah, this is when he shows up to his own thread. Okay, so this is funny. I'm still waiting for Noel to make good on his offer as part of October 2013 IRC visit to NCR. You're such a terminally online, boring attention seeker that if you dare so much as join here, you and your threads will be permanently wiped off the site. Maybe that would have been a good thing, but, you know. The weird thing is, when I met this dude, he was completely different. He was personable, and he had a personality that didn't grate. And what you're going to see is, in this total grating personality, again, I don't have much use here. I see someone has already passively aggressively rated my post dumb, which on Kiwi Farms is kind of funny. It's like post ratings don't really matter, but I guess to this dude, to Chris, they totally matter. So he's like, someone rated my post dumb as if it was their WAIS score, as if their WAIS score is anything to boast about. I simply wanted to inquire a few things to someone else here privately, that's it. Seems as if rating you dumb triggers you, so I'll keep doing it. How's that? I rated you autistic. This is gross. I rated you autistic because that was a gross misinterpretation of intention. I think you're mistaken. This histrionic personality disorder sufferer, Candy, aka Willow Giovanna, was banned because of her stuff. You're going to trust it on good repute of her word alone that a word of it is correct? It's full of half-truths and inaccuracies at best. I can give you a full account of what happened in early 2014. If you're interested. If you're not, can I leave? So, I should just hurry this along to the end and, well, not the end, but the... Alright, so you can see what I mean. The dude was still coherent. But I want to show you what incoherent looks like. So we're going to go look at what incoherent looks like. Because, like, this is totally night and day. Here we go. Okay, I was actually grand whatever, depending on whom. I didn't get deflintstoned until 17 or whatever. I don't know what that was. Bibliothecary, hardly slavery, likewise more ideologically union by sibling esquire, but more that he would barge to an internalized mourn or whatever he regarded current to stereotypifying personality upon ability. I really wish I knew what that was trying to say. But like I said, basically word salad. If I didn't say word salad, I just said it, word salad. So add to the normal crazy attempt to look smart, the caffeine addiction, obsession with North Korea, love of Nazism. So yeah, I leaked something thought to be nationally advertised. In reality, sans proviso. It is misunderstood that I'd received censored term intimidation. This and their bent theft of my repudiatives means they're a reminder of snowfabler music. This will return to anything other than a desire to bring back Cohen. Except for him to bless me, unautistic, except as a Polish abuse project, and I forgive the Jewish community for their iniquities and aggressions towards you forever. No words. Yeah, it's crazy. Since I've been given the note, yeah. Oh, this is it. This is crazy. Since I've been given the notification that Rodong Dong membership and DBRK citizenship was ratified on the 9th of March, in response to the theft of my examination result by Christopher Hubert GIllon, of my philosophy leaving me with prepositionally dumbed down Sapphire's theft of final righteous actions, which is something he wrote, by the way. There's a lot of like lore and stuff to unpack. I just wanted to show you incoherent in any real way. Just totally nuts. This dude is nuts. I just got to know someone that I thought was interesting, with a sort of interesting background. You know, the Irish thing didn't matter even when that was shown to be a lie. The 50-year-old mechanic thing didn't matter when that was shown to be a lie. It was just, I thought I'd found someone interesting on the internet. I just didn't see the red flags, that's it. You know, my bad. I make some mistakes, and this isn't the first time, so I'm gonna read some more, but you know, more parts to come, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I got tricked. It happens, but anyway, like I said, more to come. This should be a fun one. It's gonna be crazy. I'm just trying to refresh on all this. So yeah, Chris GIllon was a nut who tried to get some attention, and he ended up getting it. So anyway, I'll see you guys, or I'll see you next time. Take care.